So two things come to mind initially. The first is just interacting and working with people from across the globe on a tester level, but then also just people within our community and people within Applause. It's awesome to learn about different cultures and interact with people not only on a project level but also a personal level. And the second thing that comes to mind is really seeing projects transform from start to finish. It's a very exciting feeling when a project that you've put so much time and effort in successfully comes to an end, and it makes you excited for the next project.
Talking to people from all over the world and learning new things about people constantly. I absolutely love feeling like I'm connected to a diverse global community where there's so much to discover about everyone. The next most fun part is helping to build those connections within the community itself. You all learn more about each other when we do Spotlight You interviews or showcase individual testers. What's the most fun part about being a member of this community for you?
I would say community manager act as a bridge between brand and the community. It is aiming to create and required to wear a lot of different hats, and you have to be flexible with this. These are the most fun part of being a community manager. And of course, this is going to be challenging too. We enjoy engaging with others through online and in person, and this will help us to learn more and more about various people, their culture, and their communities. Without you all, it is not possible. Hats off.
For me, working collectively as a member of a team. The uTest community is continually growing, and the projects we work on are becoming more and more challenging. Every task I work on and every project I participate in requires collective effort from a large group of people. The same goes for the real world. Working together with members of my team and other members of the uTest staff and community have allowed me to be more collaborative in my own life.
Being a community manager that I think I can use in my daily life is going with the flow and being flexible. I Something that community managers, I'm sure, can attest to is that not everything goes according to your plan and to the schedule that you created. Especially at Applause and uTest, where there are a lot of different steps and a lot of different teams involved in the process. So I think this attitude is, extremely useful in daily life. Life happens and sometimes you just can't plan for it. You just have to roll with the punches and be like, okay, this happened. Where do I go from here? What do I do now? It's focusing less on, the problem or the change and more on the solution and, just like being positive because a lot of the time there's nothing you can do about it. So, being flexible is, also less exhausting.
So, what's something that I learned being a community manager that I can use in my daily life? I would say marketing. I didn't study marketing in school. I studied English and sociology. So I was coming at it from a very different angle. I had only seen the effects of marketing and I hadn't really interacted with the actual principles and creation of it. So having to learn what actually interests people, whether it's graphically or written, what words, phrases, images grabbed people's attention was very rewarding and very interesting to learn. So that's what I would say. Since we live in such a digital oriented world where everything has become a social media feed, I think it's more important now than ever to think about the ways that we communicate with people and what we can effectively say and how we can say it in a way that is both concise and impactful. So that's something that I've brought from work with me into daily life.
The value of clear communication. When you're working in a global and diverse community, it's imperative that you be open-minded and try to consider the very, very different perspectives that each community member is bringing to the community. Working with people across different cultures who come from different backgrounds means that you need to be as thoughtful and as clear as possible in communications to avoid as many misunderstandings as possible. And this is definitely something that can be carried over into your day-to-day life when you're interacting with other people.
Social media lovers, social media lovers, and social media lovers. Being a community manager, you should be actively available on social media platform. So this helped me to be active on digital platforms, and I'm using it in my daily life.
This is another good question and another one that we receive pretty often. So while you're not permitted to name the clients you have worked with on uTest or any of the actual products that you've tested, there are still ways that you can showcase your uTest work on your resume. We've actually created an entire article with tips on how to do this, plus a bonus article that's included in there. And that article is from Test Engineer 3 and uTest community moderator, Patrick Raba. So we're gonna share the link to that article for you here.
So, there are two ways that you can apply to become a member of community management. The first one is to apply to become a community engineer, or a CE as we like to call it. We've actually written an article about that, so if you can go in our article section and search or type for community engineer, it should pop up with all the details. But basically, we're looking for members who are motivational, have been a member of uTest for at least 3 months, and have had at least 10 bugs approved in the meantime. We're looking for somebody with good English and communication skills and overall a teamwork spirit. Now, the second way to become a part of CM is to actually apply to become a CM. For that, you can go to applause.com/join our team, and you can look for any job openings that we might have.